So Pam Bondi, the Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General, had her Senate confirmation hearing yesterday, and similar to the way that Pete Hegseth went, she was very evasive as well, and even more so. And here's the thing, I'm going to say this, and I don't want to get hazed for it, but those of us in the world, not me, who are blonde and always fighting that stereotype that they're ditzy and airheadish. And Pam Bondi did not do well for your case, because essentially yesterday, she was all like, I don't know, I don't recall, I don't, that's usually a tactic that for folks who don't want to admit information or feel that they are being trapped to say something, to avoid saying something. And usually the people who say that know that there's incriminating things about what they want to say, and they just want to avoid saying it. And so that was all she was doing, like saying, I don't know, I'm not quite sure. But it amounted to what I think is perjury, because when she says stuff like, I never saw that and she did see it, she was lying, it's perjury. So there was a lot of perjuring over there. There was a lot of defending Donald Trump as never doing anything illegal. Like, girl, he got indicted 4 times, convicted and sentenced. He's officially a felon. So how the hell you say he didn't do anything, he would never do anything illegal, when he literally just got sentenced for doing 34 illegal things? And then she has to say, I didn't know Kash Patel had a hit list. Girl, the man wrote a book and he listed all the people in his hit list. It has 60 whatever people on his hit list. He wrote a book and published it. You worked for him. You know that when you were being prepped for this, that they told you about that. You know that more likely than not, they said that they're going to ask about that. So don't act like the first time you heard about his hit list is when the senators told you that he had a hit list. That is a lie. That's perjury. You should have known, from as an attorney, as someone who sees people try to avoid questions all the time, and know that it's your job to try to get people who you know are lying to say something. You know the tactics that the defendants use, and you're using a defendant tactic and a job interview. Pam Bondi's testimony told me yesterday, I'm gonna go quickly over like 5 of the most egregious things that happened yesterday, is that she, like Pete Hegseth, would be a yes man, a yes woman. What we know from Donald Trump's previous administration is that even though they were in Donald Trump's administration, they were principled. He left. Jeff Sessions left, his first attorney general. Bill Barr left. Like, he ran through his attorney generals because he was asking them to do things that they knew very well was against the law, and they had principles. Even Bill Barr, when Donald Trump asked Bill Barr, can we like shoot protesters, or can we do whatever he said, Bill Barr had to rein him in a lot of times. So that's the scary part about Pam Bondi, the fact that she's unwilling to say out of her mouth, Donald Trump lost the 2020 elections, because she's an election denier, means that she won't say no to Donald Trump. If Donald Trump not wanting her to just admit that he lost, saying that Joe Biden is president is not the same thing as saying Donald Trump lost, because that's what she did. When Senator Mazie Hiroshima, I can't pronounce her name, sorry, when Senator Mazie Hirono of Hawaii asked her specifically, did Donald Trump lose, she wouldn't say Donald Trump lost. She just kept saying, Donald Trump, Joe Biden is a president. That's like everyone, my child, a 4-year-old, 5-year-old would know, okay, yeah, that person's just not trying to admit that. So a 5-year-old, 6-year-old know, okay, you're evading questions, because why are you evading questions? Why are you having a hard time? If you're going to be the head of a fact-finding organization, the Justice Department seeks justice, but part of that is weeding out facts from fiction. It's a fact that Donald Trump lost. The fact that she cannot say that, enunciate that, is bad. Then Senator Alex Padilla from California asked her, said, you had said that Donald Trump actually won Pennsylvania. You know Donald Trump lost Pennsylvania. Will you retract your statement to say Donald Trump lost Pennsylvania? And then she did this thing, which I said, when I said about the blonde thing, oh, Senator, I want to say thank you to your, I want to say I'm sorry that you guys lost in California. And I went to California. I didn't go. And then seeing MAGA on TikTok say she's brilliant, it's kind of like, oh, I'm in love with her. It's kind of like, y'all, when I say the standards are low, you thought the standards were low for Pete Hegseth, it's across the board. They're impressed that she's not answering this. That's not good. You should want an honest attorney general who's going to answer honestly, who's going to look like forthright. She doesn't look forthright. She looks like she is evading questions. She looks like a loyalist. She looks like she is disqualifying for the person who's going to be the chief fact finder to not be able to admit facts. That's a problem. That's disqualifying. Sorry, Pam. Then when Senator White House asked her, can you, resist Donald Trump's urges the way Jeff Sessions and Bill Barr had to do? She couldn't even answer that question. So that tells us you're going to be a loyalist. That tells us you're disqualifying because the Attorney General is independent. Senator Hirono said Donald Trump has said that the Department of Justice is like his law firm. Like he tells them what to do. That's not true, you guys. Historically, that's never been true. What do you say to that? Well, she was like, I didn't know he said that. And she was like, well, I'm telling you he said that. Well, I didn't know he said that. I'm telling you he said that. Did he say that? Girl, you sound like it's not good. My blonde sisters, she's not helping y'all out with this. That's what I'm saying. Then when Senator, Dick Durbin said, Donald Trump went and called the Georgia secretary and asked to find votes. As you know, that's disturbing. What do you think about that? He did.
Like it.
This is the first I've heard snips and
You cannot
pieces.
say who won the
It's like, where have you
2020
been?
presidential election.
My 17-year-old knows this.
Okay.
Everybody
It's
knows
disturbing
that Donald Trump
that
called.
you
That's been the big
can't
news. So how will you call yourself an adult part of Donald Trump's
give voice
circle and
to that
didn't know
fact.
that
Ask
he's
me today,
being
do you have any evidence
like that he did
of
that?
election
And then she
fraud or
says,
irregularities
I have to go see it. I don't know.
in the
And then she says,
2020
but from what I understand, he didn't say
So,
that.
First
Which is
Senator.
it? You
Yes or
didn't
no?
see
It's
it.
a
You
yes or
don't
no
know
question.
from what
First
you
Senator.
understand.
Do you
So
have
you're
evidence,
listening
yes
to
or no?
people
First
and
Senator.
accepting the opinion of people who are Donald Trump's
Senator.
friends or Donald Trump himself
I'm so sorry
without looking
about
at it
the fires
yourself.
to you and
you're supposed to be
Senator
Attorney
Schiff
General
and what
and
you're
you don't want
going
to
through
find
in
the
your
facts
states.
and you don't care that
I
much
have
about it.
to
No, it says
say
you're
that.
lying.
I appreciate
So that's
that.
like
My
she
thought
said
was
3 or 4
taken,
lies.
and
She
I wanted
perjured
to hear
herself.
your answer.
So when she said
Go
she didn't know
out to
Cash
everyone
Patel
in
had a hit list, yes you
California
do.
for
When she
what
said
you're
she didn't know
facing
Donald Trump
right now.
had asked to find votes, yes you do.
I'm glad you asked
When
the
she
question
said, what's a
about
couple things? So she
Pennsylvania.
perjured
Yes or no
herself. She
Do you have
shows
evidence,
it's
yes or no?
disqualifying because she shows that she's
Senator, I was
unwilling
hoping you'd
to
ask
admit
the
facts
question.
because
have
she's
evidence,
beholden to
yes
Donald
or
Trump
no?
and she doesn't want
I
to
traveled to
upset him,
Do you
Pennsylvania.
have
which is
evidence,
trouble
yes or no?
because you can't be in a position.
Okay.
And
You're not
then
answering my
asked,
question.
Senator Hirono
If you
asked her,
have no
so Donald
evidence
Trump
to
has
offer,
said,
let me ask
that,
you this.
would you
Will
go
you
after
now
people that
retract
like
your
on his
previous
on Cash Patel's hit list? And she was just
that
like,
Trump won Pennsylvania in the 2020 election?
essentially
Yes
not really
or no?
denying
Oh,
it.
Senator,
And then
I
Senator
traveled to
Hirono
Pennsylvania.
listed people. She says Elizabeth,
saw
she
first-
said
Yes
Liz
or
Cheney.
no?
I didn't talk
I don't
about
know who else she
California
said. She
because
said
I was not in
Jack
California.
Smith. Joe
I talked
Biden,
about-
Yes
or
or
you
no?
know,
That's
when
what
they're
I'm
private
asking.
citizens,
I
would you do
talked
that?
about
She wouldn't even admit that
Pennsylvania
or
because I
deny
was
that.
there.
It's like,
because you're
girl,
not answering
like
my
you are
question.
just,
And I
was there.
she's a hack. She went up there and said, I'm a hack.
The boundaries of ethics or law. What will you
And?
do?
Senator,
do?
I will never speak
It was
on
not
a
a good look. It
hypothetical,
was not good. She does not
especially
deserve to be
one
confirmed.
saying
And
that
I
the
said this
president would
before.
do
If you're following
something
this account,
illegal.
I'll last
What I can tell
I
you
created
is my duty,
a bingo card as part of
if
the document. In that
confirmed, as the
bingo card
Attorney General,
or this like 9
will
people I
be
said
to the
shouldn't be
Constitution
confirmed.
and the
But,
United States
what
of
happens
America.
is the
And the most
Republicans have sold
important
themselves out
oath,
to Donald Trump.
part of
They
that
wouldn't in
oath
any
that
other
I will
universe.
take
Any other
are
like
the last four words.
like
So help me
version
God.
of
On
the
January
history,
2nd, 2021,
those people wouldn't even
when
be
he
put up.
urged the
And
Secretary
then
of
even
State
if you
of
found
Georgia
any of the
to,
stuff
quote,
about them, it would have been
find
disqualifying. Cash Patel, Pam
11,790
Bondi,
votes
Pete
and
Hegseth, all
declare
the
him
people
the
on that
winner of that
list.
state?
Wouldn't
No,
be
I've heard about it through
wouldn't be able
clips,
to
but
be
no,
confirmed.
no,
The ones that need to be
Senator, I've not
confirmed,
heard
like
it.
What
Elon,
was your reaction
whatever.
to
He's not a real
making that call?
cabinet person anyway. So yeah.
I would have to
It was
listen
not a
to
good
the
look, y'all. It was
tape,
not a
Senator.
good look one bit. And she just went up
Well,
there
the
and
quote
just said,
that I
you
give
know,
you is exact.
yeah.
He said to
But the
the
Republicans sold
Georgia
themselves out.
Secretary
So
of
she
State,
knows most likely she's
find
going to get voted. At one point she was arguing. She was like, I don't have to answer your
votes.
question.
Do you have the entire
Who says that?
context
Who goes
of
to job
that
interviews?
law?
I'm not
I feel
answering
like
your
it was
questions.
much longer than that, and
It
maybe
is.
taken out
And
of
just
context.
It is an
lies
hour
and just
long.
makes up stuff.
Right.
And
You
it
can
looks bad.
certainly
Don't,
listen
if
to
you
it. I
see
hope you
MAGA
will.
saying she did a great job, she's
Every
no,
American should.
because they have low standards.
As a former
and she looks
prosecutor,
evasive,
are
and
you
she
not
looks like
concerned that the
she looks
President of the
ditzy.
United
Sorry
States
to say this, as a
called a
woman,
state election official and asked him to find enough
she
votes
did.
to change the results of the
And
election?
it's hard for us women to be taken
Senator, I
seriously.
have
And
not
then
listened to
also
the
what's so
hour-long
funny is people like, I'm in love with her. It's
but
kind of
it's
like, well,
my
I thought
understanding
attractiveness was
that is
something that you
not
didn't
what
want
he
to
asked
because
him to
whenever
do.
there's an attractive female
need
leader,
to listen
it's
to
really hard
General's
for men to
office
take them
who you
seriously.
knew
It's really hard for people to vote for
had
them.
an enemies
But
list.
Pam Bondi, they're just like, oh, Pam
Senator,
Bondi.
to cut to the chase, you're
Y'all,
clearly talking about
it's
Cash
kids.
Patel. I
It's
don't
just
believe he
low
has
standards,
an
the
enemies
Felonious
list. He made a
45 crew
quote
and all
on
the people,
TV, which
all of
I
them,
have not
they're like
heard.
bottom level,
I
base
saw
level
your
standards when it comes
sign,
to
or Senator
everything.
Durbin's
So
sign
they don't care
about
that
Cash.
she's doing all this
But
stuff. They don't care that they
I
want
know
her. They
that
want a
Cash
loyalist.
Patel
They want
has
somebody who's
had
going to go after Donald
60
Trump.
jury
She's
trials
totally lying. She
as a
lied
public
3 times, so
defender,
I don't believe
as a
anything she says. Once you
prosecutor.
say 3 lies on stand,
He has
knowing
great
it's under
experience
both.
in the intel
And
department.
you're an attorney and you know that-
Department of
girl,
Defense.
Bye.
I have known Cash, and
No,
I believe that Cash
we're in trouble.